Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Thursday, gonna be breaking down the E-mini futures contract. And if you will, excuse me, I'm dealing with a little bit of a sickness going on right now. So if I sound funny, stopped up, it's probably because I am. These allergies are kicking my butt. And due to that, I really didn't take advantage of the trading day today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to make it brief, make it quick. We're going to go over our monthly time frame, our weekly time frame, then our daily as we are breaking out of our daily balance. And I'll show you guys that. And then I'll show you guys what happened during the intraday 30-minute time frame and kind of opportunities that were present, but I was not around to kind of take advantage of. I did have a bid in the market in case of a pullback that never got hit. And then I ended up chasing and got I didn't get hurt, but it wasn't going my way. So I quickly got out of the trade. Basically a break even day. Not a whole lot happened for me, just kind of break even on the day. So let's go ahead and get into it. So right now we're looking at our monthly time frame. Oh, and before I forget, if you guys don't mind, please leave a like below if you guys are enjoying the content. And if there's anything you guys would like me to review or go over, just kind of leave a comment down below and I'll try my best to explain better. In the meantime, let's get back to our monthly. So monthly time frame, right? Monthly is still in this 4 month balance, right? We are approaching the top of our balance high. Uh, so far, we've taken out last month's high by a pretty good margin now. We're pushing up into this area of resistance that between 4140 and 4208, call it 4200. That whole area is still an area of concern for me. However, we are pushing up in there with pretty good confidence so far. We had PPI come out today, and it was lower than expected. So, and claims came in better than expected. So, the market kind of took that and ran with it a little bit, as we had a pretty good trend day up. So far this month, we are pushing into this upper region, potentially looking to break out of our 4 month balance, as we still have over half the month left to trade. So far, the month of April is looking real good uh, for a potential breakout on the monthly time frame. Now, keep in mind, once we get over that 4208.50 area, there really isn't anything until 4327.50, which is my extreme monthly balance high. That is a big line in the sand for me, that 4327.50 area. If we ever do approach that, I do expect there to be some major resistance or for us to kind of blow through it. So monthly still in a balance, but we are approaching the top of that balance high. Keep in mind balance rules. So right, you want to see if we fail at the balance high and roll over, or if we go through the balance and start one time framing up and moving with pretty good conviction, finding acceptance above that area. Let's go into our weekly. I'm gonna keep the same destinations up and just kind of show you how the weekly is pushing into this range. All right, so here you can see the weekly time frame, and on our weekly, we've been one time framing up 1, 2, 3 weeks in a row now. This week was initially an inside week. We just now took out last week's high of 4163.25, which was our balance high. You can see we've pushed up so far to 4177. We got near our balance low, also last week's low, very close to putting this weekly back into a balance, but we continue to one time frame up. I do believe I said the likelihood of us one time framing up and continuing that on the weekly was pretty good, because that's what we've been doing, right? The market's been trying to move up. However, we're just moving up into an area of really decent resistance. A lot of people are watching this area and kind of being weary of what kind of price action we get inside of this area. So far, we're attacking these weekly highs right here. We've took out this weekly high. Now the next destination for the weekly high is 4188.25 and then 4208.50. So those are some destinations for the upside. If we can get there, hold another 10 points higher is another weekly high, and then that 4208.50. So continuing to one time frame up now on the weekly for 3 weeks in a row after breaking out of that balance. So really good job by the buyers by defending that balance low in last week's low and pushing this thing up to the upside over the past several days. Just kind of grinding it higher. It has been low volume, but it has been a grind up nonetheless. All right, now let's go ahead and look at our daily time frame. Get into our daily. All right, and here's our daily. And you can see, I'm going to keep the monthly destination up right now just to kind of show you how we're pushing into this area of resistance. I'm still being cautious about being long in these areas because you do not know if it's still going to act the exact same way it did here. And once we're over it, then I'll have pretty decent confidence that, all right, buyers are really kind of taking control here. Not that they haven't. We're kind of showing signs that buyers are in control by breaking out of balance. But just keeping in mind that this is an area of resistance. And, I don't, on trend days, I may be likely to scalp out versus hold while we're in this range. So let's go ahead and look at our daily balance, right? How it was looking. So here's our daily balance and what it looked like. We are now breaking out of that daily balance. A lot of consolidation in here. And so far, above it, we really didn't get as much of a steam release as I was expecting. A lot of consolidation in here and forced to break it out. I mean, I'm not taking away what we did today on the intraday, as it was a quadruple distribution day to the upside. And we did take out the balance high. However, once we did, we really didn't find much extension above it. So tomorrow, we're going to be looking to find acceptance above that 4163.25 area. For now, I'm calling the daily up. But if we do roll back into it and we can't get back above that 4163.25 area, I may just say that we just stretched the balance high because of us not really getting much extension and release of the steam like I was expecting, right? This pot was boiling for a while. You kind of wanted to see us, boom, kind of just run through it. Now, that is keeping in mind that we do have that large area of resistance above us. But nonetheless, you would have liked to see volume kind of pick up towards the break of this and, a little more continuation to the upside. However, good job by the buyers today. Good job by the bulls as they had control overall. And we are now breaking out of balance one time framing up. So I would like to see us continue to one time frame up, meaning we take out today's high tomorrow and hold above the 4163.25 area. We do that, we have a really good chance at attacking our monthly balance high, right? Keep in mind, monthly balance high is up here at 4208. That is only about 30 points away from us. It's not impossible for us to reach that in one day. So keeping in mind, we are in this area of resistance. They may not do exactly what I'm thinking, but we are one time framing up. Now let's get into the 30-minute time frame and kind of show you how it looked on the intraday as we were trading. So here's that area of consolidation. I'm gonna try to, hold on, give me 1 second. Let me adjust that so I can make it a little bit more visible in the middle here. All right, that looks better. I like that. Nice. So you can see we've been consolidating on our daily and the 30-minute time frame for quite some time in this range, right? And then as we pushed up into our balance high, volume really wasn't increasing a whole lot. Granted, early in the morning, right, it was pretty decent. Yesterday's moves had decent volume to the downside, but today's move to the upside did not have much volume. If you're looking down here at the volume, really didn't increase a whole lot above the average. Our average over the past 30 days has been about 1.1 million on the ES contracts, and most of these were below average moves to the upside. So just a slow grind up, showing that it is just short-term traders and buyers, momentum buyers stepping into this market, pushing this thing up. But however, you can see that it was a grind up. There were opportunities to buy on pullbacks, and I'll show you guys here in a second once we get into our more detailed destinations and kind of review that. But breaking out of balance. You can see that here on our 30-minute time frame. So what we would like to see is for us to open up in this upper distribution up here, which is I'll mark it on the next chart here in a second. But basically, as long as we hold above 4163.25, we have a good chance of taking out today's high and continuing to one time frame up, and then eventually getting that monthly balance high, which is at 4208.50. So let's go ahead and get into our destinations here, and I will break it down kind of time frame by time frame, like I normally would. All right. So let's start off in A period, right? A period opened up inside the day's range, right? We hadn't taken out the low of the day or the high of the day. We didn't open up with any gaps. We opened up inside the day's range. And my biggest concern about opening up inside the day's range today was that we have a good chance for choppy price action. And that's kind of what I was expecting. That may have caused me to miss out on some of this grind up, is because I was expecting a little bit more chop in the meantime in between the day's low and the afternoon rally high from yesterday. But after A period opened up and we kind of chopped around a little bit, we never got near the day's low. We never got to last night's settlement. We didn't take out the overnight low. And that was kind of telling. So once B period opened up and pushed up, took out A's high, things kind of started to change. You kind of notice, all right, maybe this market wants to go up. And there were opportunities to short, and you could have made money on pullbacks in. But once we started to get good extension from A's high, we've gotten the overnight high, and now buyers are starting to take some things in their pocket, right? They're starting to put things in their cap, as Paul likes to say. They're putting feathers in their cap. So by taking out A's high, we start to one time frame up. All right. Then we get the overnight high. So that's two things now in buyers' favor, right? So they got the overnight high. We are one time framing up. Now we continue to push up and get really good extension away from A's high. Now keep in mind, we did have that 8Y point of control. So that was kind of a target initially for B period, was to push up into that 8Y point of control. And that's exactly what happened. And then B period closes, right? Now we have a set of single prints. Single prints began after B period closed, and it was a decent set of single prints. So now buyers have one time frame and up. They have overnight high, and now they have single prints. All right. Only next thing on their checklist is to stay above the opening. And if C period closed above the opening, then they would have that, as well as the initial balance is the next thing on the list. So what does C period do? It takes out B's high, taking out the initial balance high, because the initial balance is the first two time frames of the day's high and low, right? Or the first hour. So either, or however you want to look at the first hour or the first two 30-minute time frames, high and low. We took out the first two 30-minute time frames high, continuing the one time frame and up, and getting the initial balance high. So now we have single prints, one time framing up, the overnight high, the initial balance high, four things in the checklist for the buyers. Now C period closes, holding the set of single prints, and I'll mark these as we kind of go along here. Holding the set of single prints here, D period opens up, and now we're above the open. We haven't visited the open again, haven't come back to it at all, kind of showing very good strength by the buyers. Now D period opens up, we're holding the set of single prints, good long opportunity against C's low and the set of single prints. You should get out if the single prints fill. So you take the long opportunity here to continue to one time frame up. So you get long at D's low, or you get long as D opens up and gets C's low, and you kind of sell on the way up, right? That's kind of the idea there. But now buyers have one time framing up, overnight high, single prints, initial balance high, and now they have the opening. So we are creating a bit of a double distribution now, as this forms up here, kind of consolidated between these time frames, low volume, between these time frames, not a lot, just choppy price action. And then once E takes out C's high, we start with another set of single prints. Excuse me. Very small and hard to see, but we open up with another set of single prints, potentially going triple distribution at this point. And that's kind of what we were expecting. Well, we weren't expecting, but there was an opportunity, and it was a very, very small set. But as soon as F period opened up after E closed, it shot up immediately, continuing the one time framing up. Just because D period was an inside bar does not stop the one time framing. E period continued that, and then F continues, G continues, H, I, and then we one time frame up the remainder of the day until M period, basically. So once F period opens up, we start another set of single prints here. And at this point, I'm expecting a little bit of a pullback, maybe to get a wider point of control here and take a long. I actually had my bid down here at 41.44, and I was going to use 38 as my out. So I was looking for us to rotate back in, have point of control here at D's high, continuously moving it up, because at the time point of control was at E's low. So I was wanting to see it move up to D's high. We get a nice afternoon pullback low around the 44 level. I take my long, and then we create new highs on the day. Well, we never even got that opportunity. We don't have any afternoon pullback lows. We just have single prints and another distribution here in F period. So once E period opened up and F period pulled back, held that small set of single prints there, we have another set here at E's high to H's low, creating another distribution. So now we have a triple distribution. A's range, B to C's high, or C's low to C's high. C's low to C's high is the second distribution. And then we have this consolidation period here between F, G, and H before we create another distribution to the upside. And this being the third distribution here, once we create another set of single prints, as H period was a reversal bar, taking out G's low and G's high and creating another set of single prints. Now, right here was that afternoon rally high, was decent defense there the first time around in G period and initially in H, as we did have that reversal bar. However, we eventually take it out. And once we did, we had a really nice stop run above that, and then momentum buying stepped into the market. Eventually, we get the day's high later in I period, creating another set of single prints in I. So we have consecutive single prints. That does not indicate a distribution. That's just continuous price action moving up. We get above that balance high area marked there in red. I'm actually going to keep that on my chart because I want to make sure that's something that we open above and stay above tomorrow's price action. So we have a set of single prints in I period, then a set of single prints in J period, then in K, solidifies that. And then we have this distribution up here from M's high to K's low. So quadruple distribution day, this area being the upper, this being the middle, F or G's high to H's low, the middle distribution, or the second to middle. Then we have C's low or C's high to C's low, another distribution there. And then all of A's range is the lower distribution. So a lot of single prints, and then the high of day up here. And there were plenty of opportunities to buy on this grind up. Each time we pulled back into a set of single prints was a long opportunity. Each time we pulled back, so pull back here in D or in E period against this set here was a good buying opportunity. A pullback here in H period against this set in F period, good buying opportunity. Pullback in I period against the set that was made in H, good buying opportunity. A pullback in J against this large set, much larger set, good buying opportunity. And then lastly, a pullback in K period against this small set here that was in J, good buying opportunity for a push up to the highs of day late in the day. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and just continue to mark these destinations. But a weird grind up. I was not expecting this at all. At all. Not expecting it. But let's mark the low day here. Let me get this back out. Boom. Low of day 24.50 was the low day. Oh, easy there, killer. Low of day. Then we have our first set of single prints here that fill at 41.33. Single prints fill there, 23. We have 38.75 where they start. Single print start. Then we have this set here at 47. They fill at 47. Very small set this one is, but surprisingly they held. Just shows you how strong these buyers actually were. I mean, it's not often we hold trend days to the upside, and let alone a quadruple distribution to the upside. All right, 47.50 is where they start. That is just absolutely nutty. 2 ticks worth of single prints. That is just nuts. I cannot believe I missed out on all this. Kind of disappointing. Next set start at 48, or they fill at 48.75. 48.75. And once again, if anybody made it to the end of this video, please leave a thumbs up because you are a fucking trooper. That's all I gotta say. You are an absolute unit to make it to this end of the video, because I know these longer videos probably, I know they don't get many views at all actually, and I know not a lot make it to the end, but if you do make it to the end, pat yourself on the back and thanks for sticking with me. Next set, or they start at 49.25, they fill at 48.75. So single print start here. I do recommend these being marked on your guys' chart because it is an area that you'll look to either fill on a pullback or for it to hold, kind of like we held. Actually, we didn't hold. So, excuse me. Oh, it kind of like we held initially on this pullback here in D period against this set of single prints. And all a set of single prints is it acts as an intraday gap. Intraday gap. So like normal gaps, they kind of get filled, or you look to take along against that gap when it's being created. All right, so this next set starts at 54. Start at 54. Or excuse me, they fill at 54. My brain is scrambled. And they start at 56 even. What an immaculate day. What a just absolute unit of a day. If you made money on today, congratulations. Congratulations if you made money on today. Next set, fill here at 59.50. 59.50. Single print fill. They start here at 64 even. Then we have another set. We had how many sets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 sets of single prints. Oh my lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of single prints. That's something you don't see every day. That is something you do not see every day at all. Single prints fill here. Actually, yeah. At 66.25. They start here at 67.75. Woo! Six sets of fingerprints. That's just nuts. And then we have our high of day here at 77. Time to go over some if-then statements real quick. All right. So if-then statements. If we open up in the upper distribution here, and we stay above the set of single prints here, as well as 63.25, the balance high, right? We stay above that area. We should, if we hold above this, we should take out the day's high and continue to move up higher, attack that 41.88 area, and then move up into 42.08.50 area. At 4200 area, obviously, visual area, round number, maybe find some defense there the first time round, 42.08. However, if we open up in the upper distribution and cannot take out the day's high, you will backfill the set of single prints and backtest this 63.25 area and potentially fill into this 59.50. Once you fill there, your next destination is 41.56 to 41.54. Any acceptance into this middle distribution here, you will go and trade in the other distribution here. A lot for the buyers to lean against. However, it's not unlike them to take all this back and then some if we do get some good extension to the downside. However, I'm not expecting that as we are one time framing up on the daily. I would like to see us hold above the 63.25 area, hold the set of single prints, and rotate up to the upside and really get this market some legs to the upside. Once again, thanks for stopping by. If you made it to the end, you were an absolute trooper because I know this was one hell of a long video. Thanks again. We'll catch you guys in the next one.